Hello again, everybody, live from Robert Eddy's Lightning Strikes Bowl in Fort Myers, Florida. We'd like to welcome all of you to week 36 of the Oaks Farms Premier League, and what a night we have in store for all of you. There are two divisions at stake. Number one is the second half division. In other words, there's two halves in the league, two 18-week segments. Tonight is a position round. And tonight, 36 teams will be in the position round vying for the second half championship. Also tonight, the top 12 will be established for the added money roll-off next week. Right now, RG Strike Line will be the number one seed next week. They've got enough points going into tonight that even if they lost all 24 points, they will be number one next week, bowling one game for the league championship in a Baker format. First place next week in the roll-off is $4,000 for leading the league and bowling one game for the championship. Second place is $3,000, third place is $2,000, fourth place $1,700, fifth place $1,500, 12th place $250 a man. 12 teams will make the roll-off for next week. $16,500 in prize money next week at this time, 6:30. A very exciting night. A lot of money at stake for the top 12. Right now, Jive Turkeys in 12th place with 433 points. Right behind them, England's Deli, Lightning Strikes, Diamond Security, Cape Coral Towing, Tick Transport, Thunder Dogs, all have a chance tonight to get into the top 12. The vulnerable teams, I would say, Fire Drill Charters, Lehigh Lanes, Wings and Rings, all of those teams could lose. Teams could go around them. As the night goes on, I'll try to keep you abreast to all of it. My name's Larry LICHSTEIN. I will be your host. Again, we want to thank all of you for joining us here at Lightning Strikes. As you can see, the bowling center is filling up. And this league, quite frankly, started in early June last year, ended the first week of August, had 1 week off, and has been bowling every week since. So in essence, this league has bowled 48 of the last 49 weeks. And everybody, including myself, pretty tired. No break after COVID came back. The league did not end. We lost 10 weeks of league, so when June, July, August, finished in early August, we took a week off to regroup and started again another 36 weeks. So 46 to 47, something like that, 47 to 48. Unbelievable, but here we are. Time for a break. Obviously live streaming next Tuesday night, the roll-off for the Audi League. Next Wednesday night, the Oaks Farms League. And even I get a break. I'm going to be getting out of here and going into the Northeast, taking a trip up to New England, and I can't wait to see a lot of family and friends. But again, we want to thank all of you so much for being with us, and what a year it's been. Renee Waddell on, Cooper Gates on, Dusty Barner. Again, next week, 4,000 for first, 3,000 for second, 2,000 for third, 1,700 for fourth, 1,500 for fifth. That's just the roll-off. That has nothing to do with the first 18-week segment or the second 18-week segment. So tonight, when we have our winner, and I'll show you how that works here in the standings for the second 18-week segment, Hooters is leading over Bowlers with Attitudes, Audio Fort Myers in the hunt, Team Brunswick maybe, but in tonight's competition for the second 18-week segment, 1,000 for first, or excuse me, I take that back, 2,800 for first, 2,400 for second, 2,000 for third, 1,800 for fourth, and that's the bowling going on tonight with this prize fund or these teams that you see here. That has nothing to do with the top 12. These are the teams after week 19 through 35. Big money at stake tonight. Again, this is a position round night. I would say right now, for instance, with first place 2,800 and one of those teams making the roll-off, you're talking this could be a $3,000–4,000 night for any one of these top 3 or 4 teams to win the night and then get into the top 12. Of these teams tonight, Hooters leading, and they're in 11th, so they can still make the top 12 with a good night. Bowlers with Attitudes are in second place for the year to date and second place here. They have a ton of money at stake tonight. Audio Fort Myers has a chance to win the second 18-week segment, but did not bowl real good overall for the year. And let me see where they are for the year to date. Audio Fort Myers in 5th place for the year to date. So Audio Fort Myers in a great position to win the second 18-week segment and make the top 5 year to date for next week's roll-off. So again, big money at stake. Team Brunswick, 6th overall, and tonight in 4th. They could win this second half and make the top 5 for next week as well. A ton of money at stake. I'm talking not hundreds, thousands this week and next week. A monster paying prize fund. It looks to me like the prize fund in this league is right at about $85,000 for a 36-week season. Of course, $20,000 being added by Oaks Farms. That is a ton of money. And yes, Chris Keene is bowling great at the Villages. How about that? Chris Keene from Lehigh, Florida. One of his best performances in his career. I'm sure he'd love to win here in Florida. He's never won a PBA event. It'd be great for him to win a national stop here about 200 miles from his bowling center. So we'll see what happens as that tournament goes on. Again, we want to welcome all of you for joining us tonight here at Lightning Strikes. And the viewers now coming on. Good, we got some people on already, about 30. So let's see what happens once competition starts. This is big money tonight. This is a ton of money. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. The top 5 teams tonight, the prize fund just for the 5 teams tonight is $52,72,800, $9,600 tonight for the top 5 teams. And then, of course, the roll-off for next week is a monster. Top 5 teams next week will be bowling for 7, 9, 12,500 next week. Big, big money these next 2 Wednesdays here at Robert Eddy's Lightning Strikes. As you can see, the bowling center filling up for this exciting evening. Again, just tonight's top 5 spots in the second half, 52-72, 10-6, and if you're top 5 year to date, you're talking 12,000. That is a ton of money these next 2 weeks, folks. It's going to be exciting, and we will find out as the evening goes on. I'll try to let you know who made the top 12 and who obviously won the second 18-week segment. You'll see we'll be using these split screens here. We'll be covering lanes 9 through 42. The house filling up, bowlers getting ready for action. Action at Lightning Strikes. Hey, Garrett, how are you? Big money at stake, boy. I'll tell you, I've never seen anything quite like this in my 60 years. But, yeah, I got it. I got everything. In bowling, this one night, I kid you not, top 5 positions at 10,000 tonight. And year to date, if you get to the top 5, about 12,000. That is an enormous amount of money for a handicap league. 90% of 235. That is big, big bucks. A lot of serious faces tonight. I think once competition starts, you'll see it too. A lot of people here gunning for a big paycheck. Obviously, if you win next week in the roll-off, it's $1,000 a man. Tonight, if you win, it's $700 a man. So it's big bucks. Give me 1 second, folks. Just let me switch this camera. Okay, we're back. Again, a lot of money, 22,000 green peppers at stake just for the top 5 spots the next 2 weeks. Each payout, each 18-week segment pays out $33,080. And next week, the top 12 teams, 16-5, $50,000 in payouts the next 2 weeks. You heard me right. $50,000 in payouts. $33,80 tonight for the top 36 teams. And next week, 16-5 for the top 12 teams. That's the most I've ever seen in my life in a 36-team league. $49,000 between tonight's payout and next week's payout. It's a lot of money. So there'll be a lot of serious faces out there, especially some to the ones that lose. I can assure you, the team that finishes 13th or doesn't win in the top 36 teams for the second half is going to have a costly evening. So we'll be watching that. Try to keep you up to date. And we'll be ready to roll shortly. Don Cornette on, Barry Seitz, Renee Waddell, Dusty Biner, Cooper Gates. Welcome aboard, everybody. Welcome aboard. Trying to check my analytics here. Yeah, we're getting up there now, about 35 viewers. It'll be about 60 or 70, I bet, by the end of the night. Again, this is the last stream for me till next Tuesday evening. The Audi League roll-offs, 4 teams in that league are already set. And we'll have that payout for you next week. It is Baker for both leagues. Baker next Tuesday night and next Wednesday. Baker system. And a lot of money. 50 grand in 2 weeks. I've never seen that in a league. I don't know about you folks, but that's real. $50,000 in prize money going out between tonight and next Wednesday. A lot of money. Joe Panko's on. Welcome aboard, Joe. Nice to have you with us. Again, let me check our cameras here and make sure we got a... Now keep in mind, RG Strike Line has won the league. No matter what happens, they are the winners of the league. They are bowling on 9 and 10 tonight. It is a position round, and they have won the league. They are taking a massive lead going into tonight of 26.5 points. So even if they get swept tonight by Back to My Roots, they are seeded number 1 in next week's roll-off. So they're locked in for the big money next week. But this is position round. A lot of money at stake. And the last regular Wednesday night of an unbelievable run starting in early June last year to tonight. I think 48 or 49 weeks, something like that, 47 or 48. Crazy, crazy how it seems like it never ended. I didn't miss a Tuesday or a Wednesday, but I'll be honest with you, after next week, it's going to be kind of neat to all of a sudden be able to leave. Leon Bailey on tonight from the United Kingdom. Got our regular group, a lot of friends. Again, I want to thank all of you for your loyalty. Unbelievable. Week after week, some of the names. I haven't seen a Jake Williams in a while. She's okay. Missed a few names. Hopefully Dustin Katanik will get on tonight. Vittorio Pelosi will get on. And we'll be able to say hello to those people. But a lot of regulars on. And been an unbelievable year for bowling. Of course, the PBA Senior Tour up at the Villages. Lenny Borsch leading again. He's won there 3 times. He's leading again. It's amazing. Lenny Borsch should move to the Villages, that's for sure. Walter Ray up there, Norm Duke, Chris Barnes, and our own Chris Keene from Southwest Florida. Going to be interesting following that. And, of course, the roll-offs being held in Milford, Connecticut. I bowled in that house in '97, bowled in NEBA. The PBA roll-offs are there. They're down in the top 8 now, I believe. Quite an exciting weekend watching that. How about that Buttriff Bill O'Neill match? Unbelievable. Buttriff opening in the 10th. What a costly open that had to be. A lot of money there. And he watched the NEBA Sunday, and my boy Michael was bowling the Nutmeg Lanes in Fairfield, and there was Jacob Buttriff watching my son lose in the round of 16. Michael and I were laughing. Michael's very good friends with Jacob. Jacob got done losing in Milford and went over to Nutmeg Lanes in Fairfield to watch a NEBA. So Buttriff made an appearance in my home state. So a lot of bowling going on. Ladies tour starting. Great to see that. The girls going full blast. The young kids obviously bowling for some big money on Fox. The seniors now at the Villages and our league tonight. And lots of action. Lots of action at Lightning Strikes. A lot of people in here now. This place is filling tonight. It's exciting. Check it out. Let me run the camera across the house for you. Again, I can see a lot of relief on the bowlers' faces. I am pretty sure everybody's thinking it's finally over. This was a long, long journey to get to tonight. The results of the COVID 10-week close down in Florida, these people have had 1 week off of bowling in this league since last June. So you can imagine a lot of people are saying enough's enough. I want a little break on Wednesdays. And very understandable. I got free chocolate. I love chocolate. Oh, I know. A lot of money. Let's look at those standings again. Right here, look at the Hooters. 2 points ahead of Bowlers with Attitudes. But in the top 12 for the year, Bowlers with Attitudes in second, Hooters in 11th. Big money for Hooters tonight. If they can win this segment and stay in the top 12, they got a chance to make a ton of money these next 2 weeks. Same with Bowlers with Attitudes, Artie of Fort Myers, back to my roots. And here we go. Practice time in Fort Myers. The actual total prize fund for the league with the King of the Hill, the March Super Bracket, the 12-team roll-off next week, and the 2 18-week segments, total prize fund, $86,798. $86,798 prize fund for this league. That is a lot of money, folks. Then we want to thank Oaks Farms, Alfie Oaks, Robert Eddy for adding $20,000 in prize fund to the league. And of course, remodeling this beautiful center. The position round is starting on 5 and 6. So at the end of game 1, I'll go down there and give all of you an idea what happened with Hooters, Bowlers with Attitudes, and Audi of Fort Myers after each game. I had to do that last night as well. We'll do that for you tonight to make sure we let everybody know exactly what's going on. High series in this league, Joe? Let me find out for you. I can tell you right now, the high series in this league is, bear with me, we'll give you some numbers here, high average, high series. David Stouffer leading the league at 238, Alshire 236, Pulaski Jr. 235. High series in the league, let me see. Should be the next page. And high series 834. Bobby Hamilton. There's all the 300 games. Mike Alshire with 815. Stouffer 812. Jairo Hernandez 805. Pulaski Jr. 802. Lots of 300s. And you can see all of them there. Look at the scratch game 300s. That's an enormous amount. Check that out. Evidently, a lot of people had their strike shoes on this year. And Scott Zukowski and Bobby Hamilton both tied with the league lead at 834. There it is. See, those stats are interesting. And we'll go here to the high average. If you'll notice, Stouffer down 10 pins from last night. On Tuesdays, averaging 247, and on Wednesdays, averaging 238. Led both leagues, Alshire behind him. That 11-27 team scratch game for RG Strikeline was a Florida state record for 4 games. State of Florida record set in this league by RG, and if you'll notice, they had the high team scratch, high team handicap, and high team 3-game series. RG Strikeline leading the league in the 12-week segment. So interesting stats for you. And of course tonight, Hooters leading the second 18-week segment. I gotta figure it's between Audi, Bowlers with Attitudes, and Hooters. If Bowlers and Attitudes and Hooters split, and Audi went 20-4, they could go around them. If they went 20, they could go to 262.5. Hooters and Bowlers with Attitude split 12 apiece, 261, 259. So Audi would have to take 20, I believe, to have any kind of a chance to pick it up. They could. Anything could happen in the sport of bowling, we know that. But we'll see, of course, what happens in tonight's action. Now 2 minutes of practice left.
Night tonight.
Big money.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
Let me tell you the prize fund the next 2 weeks.
Unbelievable.
Look at this.
Unbelievable. I looked at it.
33 tonight and 16 next week. $49,000 between tonight and next week. $49,000 in prize money in 6 games of league bowling. That's got to be a record. The Curtis family, well, hello. Renee Waddell, hello, Renee. Curtis family, welcome aboard. The man, the myth, the legend. Well, I don't know if I'm a myth or a legend, but I am alive. And I think he's 72 in 3 weeks. How's that one? May 17th. Larry turned 72. I was doing a facial last night for all of you. You see the wrinkles right here? See and watch. I can do this and get rid of the wrinkles. I do this every morning. And see, look. No wrinkles.
Facelift.
Here, I look 66. Here, I look 72. So, I do the Larry facelift every morning. Hi, Billy.
Good. Gravity.
Anyways, great to be with all of you. And kind of exciting for me personally to have said that I went 37 last year and 36 this year, 73 Wednesdays for this league. And next week will be 74, 100%, which for me is ridiculous. I never won 100% anything in my life, especially spear shooting. But this is such a prestigious league that I'm really glad I had a chance to live stream in its first 2 years. I want to thank Tom Halota, who started this league's live streaming, who's recuperating down in Naples. Tom, you did a great job.
Everything okay?
And all the people that have helped us here at Lightning Strike, some no longer here.
Yeah.
But we had a great 2-year run with this league. We hope it's bigger and better next year. We'll find out over the summer. Of course, Oaks Farms, seed to table, putting all that money in here. Enormous prize fund. $86,000 prize fund. And Vittorio's on. Welcome aboard, Vittorio. I was asking about you. Thank you for joining us as usual. Got a nice group on. In the last regular season of the Oaks Farms League, or night, and keep in mind next week, the roll-off, 12 teams, Baker, RG Strike Line is number 1. I picked them right from the start. A lot of you will remember. Minna Rakoski became the anchor man with Daniel Gacera, Billy Seymour. I kind of felt, and Donnie Schwartz, that team not only had very good balance, but when you add Rakoski to those three, that was, in my opinion, the game changer. Of course, Seat to Table won last year, had Ricky Ward. Now Ricky's no longer bowling, so they weakened a little, losing a bowler of Ricky's skill level. Still a great team with Billy Ratson, David Stouffer, and Mike Alshire, but with Ricky on it last year, they were a monster. Of course, they were last year's winner. But RG looks like they could definitely take home all the money next week. We'll find out. Oh, the Hooters team is a very good team with Joe Smith, and great to see him bowling well. And bowlers with attitudes. Both very good teams. Nice to see them having a chance at some big money. The Baker system is, well, you got 4 bowlers. One bowler's going to bowl 3 frames, or 2 are going to bowl 3 frames, and 2 are going to bowl 2 frames. That's how it works. Obviously, John Rakoski is going to probably bowl the first frame, I'm going to see how they would figure that out. How would they figure that out? Let's see. You want Rakoski to throw the most shots, so you know he's going to bowl the 10th frame. That's 3. You're going to bowl the 2nd, 6th, and 10th, is it? Is that how it would work? Do Hooters wear T-shirts? Well, they might wear T-shirts, Leon, but they would disappoint a lot of people. That's a very good question. I would love to see some Hooters girls here next week. I'm a fan of Hooters girls. Of course, I don't want a heart attack. I'm going to be 72 in May. They got to be very careful with those girls, boy. They could get an old man nervous.
Oh, we missed it. We missed it.
You know, it was really the side money that in the King of the Hill event, that was first place, that was $1,000. And in the March Madness bracket, that was $1,000. Those 2 events were at $4,000. That was also included in the overall prize fund of $86,000. But boy, that's a lot of money for a 144 bowler league. 86 grand. Mike Boyd, Joe Smith down there bowling for a lot of money tonight. 2 avid bowlers, both very good bowlers. Joe Smith helping me with my bus and getting me ready for my trip up to Connecticut. Lucky to have Joe helping me, such a nice man. Taking time out of his life to help Uncle Litchie. There's Robert Eddy, our owner, on 33. Paul Zalke right there for iRoof on 35, the 1997 USBC doubles champion out of Wisconsin, an Eagle winner. Paul Zalke bowling with his son Adam. They sponsored the PBA non-champions event here in March. $3,500 sponsorship from iRoof. There's Adam right there. Father and son bowling tonight. A lot of fathers and sons in this league. And a lot of people that have gone out of their way. Ray Stevens, Paramount Residential Mortgage Group, Brian Copeland, Paradise Vintage Market, Jerry McElanick, Royal Palm Realty, the Zalke's iRoof, on behalf of Robert Eddy, our staff, and all the bowlers this season. We want to thank those sponsors, naturally, along with Dave Forbes of Audi, who's bowling tonight, and Robert Eddy at Oaks Farms. those sponsors have really contributed to the events in leagues and tournaments in this bowling center on weekends. All of them are friends of bowling. Dave Forbes with 460 days of Audi usages for the Audi League. 460 days, we figure. I could see Joe Smith and Mike Boyd being friends, Kristen. They're both wonderful men. Avid bowlers, good friends. Oh, the usages could have been 240, could be up to 480. I don't have a exact number, Cooper. I'm going to try and get one from Dave Forbes. He might have a number. I hope he does. It's astronomical. I don't think anybody really thought we'd see that, but he's honoring it. Everybody does have to redeem their cars by the end of August before the new season starts. So a lot of people are going to be going in there this summer, getting their cars. The Curtis family says 789 high series tonight. Well, that could very well be.
What? What? Do you need it? That's the only thing I get.
789 scratch. Well, I thought you meant that. You know, the Tamburino series naturally didn't count in this league because he was a sub. We don't count subs for a high game or high series, but it was sanctioned. It was an 875, so that really is the series that led the league. But it doesn't count in the prize money aspect, so we didn't show it in our standings. But yes, there was an 875 in this league. That is a monster. 875. 290, 285, 300. Had 11 in a row, 10 in a row, 12 in a row in 3 games. There's the plastic cannon, now called the urethane cannon. Ice Martinez.
I gotta get going, Mitch.
All right, Mitchell, good to see you.
I'll see you.
See you.
Hey, am I gonna come over and see the motorhome or not?
You can come over, give me a call.
I'm gonna call you.
Call me tomorrow.
You working Saturday?
He's going to be there Saturday working on the RV with me, Joe Smith.
But you're not doing anything here?
No.
Okay, I'll call you.
All right. Thank you, Mitchell. You know, in all the 300s and high scores we had in this league, it's interesting, only 834 led it. And that, in today's day and age, is actually, for a 36-week, a good money league, is a low leading 3 games. Of course, Tamburino did have 875, but 834, I'd have thought 840, 850 might have snuck in there with Stolfer, Alshire, Scott Cobb, Daniel Gacera, some of these big guns that can light them up in here. Rakoski, Tyler Altman, Evan Baranecki. But 834, let it. I believe that's a transition issue. This house does transcend. They're 30-year-old panels, and you have to make some moves. Usually about the end of the first game, they can get a little squirrely. Sometimes you get a pair that doesn't change as much. Sometimes you get a pair, it's a 5-0 in 1 or 2 frames, and if you don't move, forget it. You don't know that in advance in a lot of cases. So you go through the nose, you leave a Greek church or something, or get too deep and leave a 2-4-8-10, and the next thing you know, there goes that monster series down the drain. But maybe tonight will end with a bang. You never know. Notice Baranecki, Altman. It's a big match here with John Van Baren. Look at this. 3 bowlers with 4 in a row, and Bruce Kaiser looks like struggling a little bit sticking. But they're in the hunt to stay in second place in the top 12 by winning. And let's check where they are in the standings here. And Van Baren with the 5th one. And right here, Bows with Attitudes definitely have a chance to win this segment here against Hooters. So this is big for them right here. me just check something here real quick. I want to make sure I got this right. Yes, I do. Okay. Yes, we got pheasant tracks. In the words of the late, great Billy Waylu, Chris, it looks like pheasant tracks. I remember him saying that 55 years ago, like it was yesterday. And that's pheasant tracks there all year long. Altman last night had the first 9, Stone and 9 on the 10th one down the low end. Seems like every week he's got 9, 10 in a row. Almost on that 4-pin for the Baron. Again, RG Strike Line opening up a 26.5-point lead going into tonight. So regardless of what they do, it's over. They're the winners. Number 1 seed, and that's worth a lot of money in that step ladder. You got to figure they're locked into $3,000 if they lose. So big money for them. $4,000 if they win. Kenny Lowan, welcome aboard, Ken. Nice to have you with us. Ken Low out of Rhode Island. Cooper Gates out of Oregon. Leon Bailey out of the United Kingdom. Duncan Kachanik out of Ireland. Vittorio Pelosi out of Ireland, excuse me. Duncan Kachanik out of Scotland normally comes on. Occasionally, Wayne Chester out of Australia comes on. So we have people from around the world that have joined our little club here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And what an honor. I've told people that don't know anything about my live streaming here that that is the case. And they look at me like, really? And they don't know a lot about bowling. Many of them, they don't even know that this bowling center is even open. But when I tell people about it, they're fascinated to hear it. And a gentleman came in here tonight that I hadn't seen in 9 years, and he's visiting and didn't know we live stream here, didn't even know this place was still open. And he walked in the door and went, wow, what happened? I said, yeah, take a look. And he saw the booth, and I told him that's our live streaming booth, and he like, really? I said, yep. I said, we do it up. the Bammer's still striking. Altman's still striking. It's almost like the RG Strike Line team. It's almost anticlimactic for them. I don't think they really care who they bowl next week, but they're in one game for the money. But they're getting beat pretty good right now by bowlers with attitudes. It's kind of hard to pump up when you're really bowling for nothing, although in the second 18-week segment, there's a little money at stake for them in this. But I don't think they're really focused on that. It's all about next week. They're in 6th place, I believe, in the second 18-week segment. Let's watch Altman now, who's had a life-changing season with 10 300s, 9 800s, and made his mark in this association as one of the best bowlers now in Southwest Florida. And it's nice to see a youngster crack that top 10. A lot of these kids, have paid their dues, and now he can honestly say he's in the top 10 with Stouffer and Rakoski and Alshire and Baranecki, Altman, and several other real good players locally. I remember when I was young and I cracked the top 10 in Hartford in '67, and then in '68 I was New England Bowler of the Year. It was a thrill to be young and be recognized as the best bowler in New England. And believe me, to this day, some 54 years later, it still gives me great pride to know that at one time in my life I was considered the best in 6 states and the best in my association and state. A long time ago, Lyndon Johnson was president, lanes were wood, balls were rubber, and gasoline was about 40 cents a gallon. So, we run into this scenario in our sport. James Alshire, I'll move the cameras, James. Be patient with me. I'll get all the cameras moved. I like to keep it on the teams that really are in the hunt to win the second segment, but I've been moving them. We'll get your son up there for you. I promise. I know everybody wants to watch their favorites. That's one of the disadvantages of this system. Robert Eddy's talking about putting a timer in when I'm not live streaming and just letting it move through the night. And that's not a bad idea. Just time it, just keep a minute on every pair, and that's it. Lisa Michelle on. So DA right here has got 7 in a row. Let's watch Altman now, and then we'll move it up and see if we can find Alshire. And for James, who wants to watch his son. And I'll just And there's the owner, Robert Eddy. Der Exorcist, hello. Yes, you could call me LL. I like that. There's people that called me LL in my life. I had many nicknames, some I do not want to repeat. I was called Lich, Litchy, Lichko. A lot of people called me Lichko when I was a kid. Some people called me Ira. That's my middle name. I should never have done told you that. There are people I went to high school with. To this day, they call me Ira. How's that for a nickname? Or a middle name? So my initials are Lil, L-I-L, and I had people call me Lil, amongst other names that I cannot repeat, because there might be some youngsters in the audience. And we're going to watch Davion right here. Davion Swiney. Get that 10 out of there, Davion. Get rid of that 10. All right, let's watch now Kaiser, and we're going to watch Tuesday Tyler on Wednesday. All right. Altman, how he holds that ball in the left hand, looks down, gets set. Watch the little hop, the trademark hop. Him and Maldonado have the hop. Watch. See the hop? Great shot, solid 4. Okay. James Alshire wants me to watch Mike. I don't know if Mike wants us on camera, James. He's 92 in the 6th. Maybe I ought to switch. Oh, Scott Cobb sticking. Looks like we got some approaches tonight that are a little sticky, which we very seldom see here. Our approaches are buffed every day for our leagues, and our guys are on it. Naturally, because of the humidity here in Florida, you can run into a vicious approach situation in certain panels. But we, Chris P. and his staff have been great with approach conditioning the last few years. Pin setters are unbelievably maintained. Great lane conditions week to week. Occasionally we have a lane condition that's a touch different, but never what I would call drastic. Let's watch the house for Lisa Michelle. The house. The house with 10 in the pit. Preston Willis going to bump for 279. Let's watch Davion Swiney now for number 9. look good. Got that to the right spot. That's 9 for Swiney. Race and Savoy out of Walnut Hill Lanes and Woonsocket on Diamond Hill Road. Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Again, RG strike line now coming alive a little here against Bowlers with Attitude. Still a tight match, but it looks like Baranecki gets this one. It's going to put him in very good shape. Going into the 10th, Baranecki can go out for 279. Altman, 279. Both young men, products of the junior leagues in Cape Coral. Turned out to be great young men and great bowlers. Yeah, we will be on the air Tuesday night and Wednesday at 6:30. There will be no live streaming this weekend. And next Tuesday and Wednesday will be my last two for a while. Get a nice break. Get a chance to see if there's another life. I'm still in shock. Going to watch Davion Swiney now on 9 in a row. Nick Fabrizzi's going to finish up for driver's choice. 269 in there for Big John, and Davion can pop 3 beans here on the last night. Be a nice way to end the league season with a perfect game. Perfect games are always thrilling for all of us. I haven't had one. I'll never have one again. My last one was 2005 when I was 56. And I bowled it with my boy one night in a father and son league with 230, 240, 300. And that was the last 300. Already 16 years ago. Seems like yesterday. And here comes Swiney now up for the 10th one. Oh, that's a good shot. Oh, it jumped. I thought he gave it plenty of room, and it just come off that spot and went left instantly. Wow. That did not look that bad, but it ended up being bad. So the most he can get now is 277. I really thought he got it to the spot, threw it well, but that's called the Litchi Kiss. Live and in color, ladies and gentlemen. If you've never seen it, you just saw it. And naturally in open, it's called the double kiss, ladies and gentlemen. It's called the 7 and 2, called by Larry, the PBA Hall of Famer, who will end every string in the history of bowling if he's doing the announcing. That's correct. It's amazing when I call 300, I'm almost shocked that they've actually done it. Stop kissing people there. Save it for when I come down. That's funny. That's funny, Lisa. I like that. Big score over there for Brightview. 260, 230, 230. They got a good 900 there. I know, Renee. That was the night I didn't watch Ryan. Thank God. Thank God I didn't put the camera on. He probably would have went 4 and 2 in the 10th and bowled 280 something with the first 10. 281. I can see it now. Amanda Marie on. Hello, Amanda Marie. Welcome aboard, my dear. Lane 10, Amanda Marie. Is that what you want? Well, there's lane 10. I'm not kissing house, Leon. If I kiss house, that might be the wrong kiss. Imagine if I did that. I wonder what he would do. That would be hysterical. Rob Thor on tonight. Rob Thor's team making the top 4 in the Audi League. Rob will be in the roll-off next Tuesday. Congratulations, Rob. Nice comeback last night. Zach Scari. Hello, Zach. Welcome aboard, Zach. Nice to have you with us from Naples. Not Naples, Italy, folks. Naples, Florida. And Stouffer, Alshire putting that game out for 212, but oh, I know, Butch Smith. How about that? Lenny Borsch and Chris Keene leading at the Villages. I think Chris Keene is the surprise. Not that he's incapable of it, but you know, he's spotting quite an advantage age-wise, and has not really bowled well in a while. I mean, just been struggling in and out, not really been a factor. And all of a sudden here at the Villages, he has a chance to win his first PBA title. And if he does, I'll tell you what, there'll be a roar here in Southwest Florida if he pulls this off. He's very well liked. Really a great guy. Won the Dick Weber Sportsmanship Award twice. Imagine winning an award named after Dick Weber. I think anytime you have one of your locals win, no matter what part of the United States you're in, it does something for that association. And, of course, him being a proprietor here in Southwest Florida, we have not had, to the best of my knowledge, and I'm going to make this statement. I believe I'm right about this. We've never had a proprietor win a PBA title of any sort in Southwest Florida. Regional, senior, national, regional. Very rare when that happens, a proprietor wins a PBA event. You know, George Pappas was a proprietor. But not a lot when you think about it. Not a lot of proprietors win. Of course, Dick Weber was a proprietor. George Pappas, Don Carter were proprietors. Earl Anthony was a proprietor. But it's not that often in recent years that a bowling proprietor wins an event. Simonson now, yes, owning the place in Vegas, Jillian's, which I think is amazing. Owning a bowling center on Fremont Street. Yep, Stony Baker. 33 regionals out of Canton, Georgia. I'm sure there's several that'll come to mind, but it's not as common anymore. Joe Bauer. Joe Bauer's a wonderful man. I had him in my booth talking with him. He's a great guy. Out of Harrisburg. Bauer family, wonderful family. Yeah, that would be something. Let's go up the high end here and look at 41 and 2. Mark Roth won when he owned Rainbow Lanes. That was something else there. Stanley Kodish, my historian, statistician. The only man in the world to average 202 for 8 games and get a Guinness World Book of Records. And you might say, how is that possible when he averaged 202 for 8 games? Well, it's simple. That's all he bowled for 8 games, 202. Couldn't get to 203, choked every time he had a chance. He just averaged 202 for 8 straight 202s. Stanley Kodish. Now, if I had that record and it was in Guinness's World Book of Records, I would call them up and say to them, please remove it. What have I got to pay you to get that out? How'd you like that one, Stanley? Did you like that from Uncle Larry? Mr. Record Holder himself, Stanley Kodish. I am in Guinness's World Book of Records for the most kiss of deaths in the Oaks Farms League in history. At least 500 kisses this year. And I got witnesses. You love me, Stanley? All right. I hope you break your record by shooting 8 straight 203s. Imagine that, 8 straight 202s. That's unbelievable. I'll tell you, that kid on this past weekend might have had a record. I don't know how we would call it one, but his first game of the 8-game block was 100, and his last game of the 8-game block was 300. That might be a record for eternity. 200 pins between your first game of a block and your last game of a block. 200. All right, I'm going to go down and check what happened down on 5 and 6 for this position round game, so bear with me. Okay, in game 1, interesting. Bowlers with attitudes took 5 over Hooters. 5. So they went around them real quick. And Brunswick took 5 over Audi of Fort Myers. So right now, bowlers with attitudes opening it up a little bit. 3-point lead, 5-1. So it would be 252 to 250. Going into game 2, Audi at 247 and a half. Interesting. We'll keep our eye on that and give you updates. So that's close. Again, this is the 73rd Wednesday that I've covered this league. 73 Wednesdays, other than during the COVID break, starting in August of 2019. And many of you have been with me well over a year now. And I just want to say that I think about that. I'm not one of these people to take stuff like that for granted. I never knew anything like this would happen. I never live streamed, obviously, and I never live streamed a league like this or work in a bowling center like this for an owner that was this progressive. So all of it has been unique, to say the least. I think about it a lot, how this happened to me in my life. Think about a lot of things that the sport of bowling has given me. But I won't forget this time period with all of you. and it's been an honor and privilege. As I was saying last night, I think one of the things I'm proud of the most is the way I was treated by all of you week after week, month after month. The kindness, the flattering words, and it really means a lot, you know, when you get older in life and you're sliding down the mountain because of your age, and obviously you're not in the limelight like you once were when I was on the road. And to have people say the things they've said to me in the last few years has been just wonderful. Made a lot of friends, met several of you, and it's just been really cool. And I hope that I do it again with all of you. We'll see. There's a possibility. We're going to stay right here on 19 and 20 for a moment or two, so bear with us. Just got a nice message from Don Cornett, so I'm answering him. And of course, several of you I met in my life, and some of you are local, like Carissa's local, but many of you I've never met. Renee and Gilbert, Cooper, and I want to thank you all so much. Of course, Carissa and I are good friends. Carissa's wonderful, beautiful lady. I know her children. And met Lisa Michelle, of course. We're going to watch Ryan throw a ball here. We're going to look for House Brown. Oh, there's House right there. Stay right here, Larry. Don't move. We got Ryan and House on the same pair. That's cool. House Brown striking for me and Lisa. He did not get the kiss. Now, should I move the camera, Renee, or should I stay on this, Renee? I'm going to stay, Renee. Come on, Waddell. No! Damn it, I should have moved the camera. All right. Better than last game. I tried to think what was the best segment of my streaming. I gotta say, watching Buttriff shoot 1,300 for 5 in that scratch event in February was thrilling. And watching Tom Barrett bowl Ronnie Martin III was fantastic. Had so many wonderful shows. I think Jennifer Dover's 4 straight 300s and 9-pin no tap was great. No one's ever done that here. In all those 9-pin no tap events, no one And there has been some really good bowlers bowling. Stouffer, Baranecki, many. John Rakoski. No one ever had 4 300s in a row. So that was something else, watching her do that. 1,200 for 4. Just so many wonderful things that happened over the last 2 years. A lot of unique statistics. I think Will and Jay Butler's driving 9,000 miles to bowl the Eddy League might be quite a unique statistic, and they won a lot of cars. I think they won about 10 2-dayers. I think they got 20 days out of that. They got 3 last night. So they, I'm sure they will have fond memories of that experience. To have won 20 or 24 days of free car usage, that's got to be just out of this world. Of course, Tyler Altman's great performance on Tuesdays. And David Stouffer's great run he had in tournament play here. Just so many nice things to see, talk about, and remember. For me, I guess, personally, my son was on one night, Mike. He's very conservative. He's not much of a, he didn't get online a lot, but Mike was on one night. And both my sisters came on for a time. They were on watching me, and that was kind of cool. They're very different. And there's David Forbes, Mr. Eddy. What a wonderful man. If any of you folks, if you ever met him, you'd say, my God, this is the nicest man you've ever met. I mean, just really, I mean that sincerely. Not because of what he gave us, but his love for bowling, and he's such a fine gentleman. This man has loved bowling since he was a little boy. He just turned 50. And polite and kind and genuine. And he's one of the highlights of my 2 years here, meeting him. I mean, he is just quite a man. And there's Robert Eddy, the man who had a vision to buy a rundown bowling center and change it. And there's been some bumps in the road, but there's no quit in this man. He refuses to allow the bumps to take away his desire to make this the #1 bowling center in Southwest Florida, and he's done it, in my opinion. A place that nobody would go in now, very actively promoting PBA events, scratch events, mixed events, 9-pin no tap, you name it. 2 great leagues, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and more to come. He's not going to stop. Not Robert. There's no quit in Robert. Well, my son's bowling style is quite unique. If you've never seen Michael, unique and unbelievably gifted. But there's a lot of unique styles in today's world because of the lane conditions, these balls. I was watching a young man bowl one of the PBA kid stops. He threw it two-handed from his chest. He ran up, threw it two-handed, and it backed up. It was a backup ball. And there's no way in the world would I have ever thought I'd see that. But when I did, I realized he was actually pretty good at it. But the game's so different today, you know, thumbless. Of course, the two-handers are gifted, many of them. On the national tour, there's some great two-handers. To watch them week in and week out, they're unbelievable. Mary Berneron, hello, Mary. Mary, our great tournament director, has been great working with her and watching her do her thing. Mary's got it down. For me, it's just been a wonderful 2 years and a rest that I really want, but I know what's going to happen. Probably in 3 months I'm going to miss this place and want to come back, so we'll see. But I'm looking forward to getting on the road. I'm hoping next Sunday. I've got 2 more things to fix on the bus this coming Saturday with Joe Smith, and if I get them done, I'm going to road test it on Sunday. Take it for a ride up to exit 160 up the highway, turn around and come back, make sure everything's running good. My bus is older, it's 29 years old. It's beautiful, but it's older, you know, it's like anything else old, you gotta keep your eye on it. Found a problem that I didn't know I had on Sunday, but I think it'll be fixed this Saturday. Gotta keep your eye on them things. I'm going to watch Doug Kirk here on the first 8. Mike Olshire's got the first 7 on 15 and 16. We're going to go back and watch him throw some balls. I will go down and get the scores after game 2 of Bowlers with Attitudes against Hooters, and that, folks, is for the second 18-week segment. That's big money down there, position round night. Doug Kirk throws it pretty good. Let's watch this young man here. Beautiful game. He can strike. Jam 9. Great shot for Kirk. Could have been. We're going to bring it down here now and see if Waddell's still striking. Nope. Let's go to 15 and 16 and watch Alshire coming up here. Again, Alshire led the nation 5 years ago with a 254 average and had 15 300s that season. No stranger to high scores. Expecting his first child, him and his wife, so. Yep, got it right early. See it, they're breaking down now. He should have known better than that. See, that's what really fools you, is you know it's going to happen, you just don't know when. And that ball was just really a decent shot, but it come off that oil and boomeranged left. And that's the breakdown in the heads, burning them up. Him and Stouffer and Lee Ratchin got pretty high rev rates right there. And that's the kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing several kisses in Larry's last stream of the regular league. We're going to have the Guinness's World Book of Kisses tonight. Cooper, don't even count because they're in double figures already. Every single person I put the camera on a string has stopped striking. Oh my God, I'm afraid. I am afraid to switch cameras. Watch this. If House Brown opens, Lisa Michelle will, she'll give me the wrong kiss. Oh, look, Lisa, he struck, thank God. Now I'll get a nice kiss from Lisa. That's funny, Lisa. Keep in mind, next week now we're Baker on Tuesday and Wednesday. Baker formats. There'll be a 4-team roll-off Tuesday night for the Audi League. Miami Heat, Cookie Dough, EBA Pro Shop, all in the hunt to win that league. And I'm going to pick the Miami Heat team to win it. With Will and Jay Butler, Jamar Battle, and Frank Wilson, I think that they're the best balanced team of the four that are going to make it. Will Butler really bowled good last night. So did Jay. Excuse me, my second sneeze of the show. But I'm going to pick Miami Heat to win the Audi League. think probably the highlight of the year, though, was, for me personally, was watching Johnny Petraglia accept the $5,000 check from Dave Forbes for the BVL charity. Johnny got very emotional and really suffers tremendously because of the fate of his fellow veterans. And that day, watching him and telling the audience, you know, about his friends all dying, and that he lives that. You know, he's such a legend. Can you imagine traveling the United States for over 50 years and how many Vietnam veterans he met in his life? And many of them stayed friends, and now they're passing away of horrible illnesses. And Johnny lives that. For me, having not gone to Vietnam, but knowing a lot about Johnny, I think that's the nicest thing that we could ever have done. Dave Forbes and, of course, Brunswick and Robert Eddy giving Johnny that check, and that meant a lot to all of us here to watch him accept that. For me, I think that was the highlight of my 2 years here. And then, of course, watching Walter Ray win that event, breaking John Handegard's senior tour record and becoming the leader of both PBA tours for titles. For me personally, I think that senior week was one to remember for the ages. When you see a world record get broke, most senior wins by a man that many believe is the greatest bowler that ever lived. And yesterday, you know, Earl Anthony's 83rd birthday, here I am, I'm live streaming, and I'm thinking about both those things. You know, a lot of people feel Earl's the best, a lot of people feel Walter Ray's the best. Naturally, I was fortunate enough to know them both very well. But to watch Walter Ray win and break Handegard's record, which lasted a long time. Handegard won his 14th PBA event, I'm going to say, 20 years ago. So that record, no one could break it for 20 years. And when you think of who bowled on that tour in that period of time, Gary Dickinson and Gene Stuss and Petraglia and Dave Davis, you know, in their prime, Sutar, Tommy Baker, Pete Weber, Norm Duke, all these great legends, nobody could break it. It took a long time for Walter Ray to get it. It took him 11 years to get it, to get that 14th and 15th win. He's 61, so it took him 11 years. As great as he is, that's how tough it is to win on that tour. 11 years to get 15 wins. That's a little more than, what, one a year, one and a half wins a year. That's how tough it is. Mary Bernard telling us that we have a bunch of bowlers on May 8th already, 87. Of course, I'll be getting on the road May 9th, so I won't be live streaming any weekend events. But Mary, I want to congratulate you on your devotion and great job that you've done here for everyone, locally and through the state of Florida. Hopefully we'll be together again in the fall. We'll see. There's always a chance. I might go to a NEBA or two, Kenny Lowe. I plan on going to a NEBA. and hanging out on a Sunday. I can't wait. I want to go watch Aniba. Hopefully my son will be in the finals. But even if he isn't, I'm going to visit Aniba when I get home. I don't know where. Might be East Providence, might be Silver Lanes in East Hartford. Somewhere, you know, within an hour, hour and a half of where I live. You know, Kenny, you know, Gilbert Willett, I thought about bowling Aniba when I get back. Not because I think I can bowl good, but I want to hear my name introduced. I don't believe that there's any bowler of the years from the 60s bowling Aniba anymore. There's only one or two alive. I would like to hear them say the 1968 bowler of the year just so I can remember that feeling. I might do it. I do have 3 bowling balls drilled, but I haven't thrown them since before COVID. So, I mean, I'm not really in love with trying to see what that feels like. But we'll see. Bruce Hall did invite me to come back and do some live streaming with him and Chris Forey, which I would do with John Wilbur automatically. If I was at Aniba, I would sit with those guys and love that. That would be a trip for me. So we'll see. I'm going to be up to Martha's Vineyard in June, so I'll be popping in at Lang's a little, maybe coming over for the Vineyard. Can't wait to get to Martha's Vineyard. My dear friend Jim Argy and his wife Tammy have invited me over to stay on Martha's Vineyard, and I want to do that very badly. I've never been on a true island like that. You got to take a barge to get across, and I'm going to be doing that in June, I believe, if everything goes right. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. We've not seen that happen. That's one of the first times all year I've seen the sweep. What happened to the ball? It actually made it to the pin deck, through the pin deck. That's weird. It hit the sweep and went through. Normally it comes back at you. Look at Daniel trying to figure out what he did wrong. All right, I'm going to go down and check the scores for Hooters and Bowlers with Attitudes. Be right back. Bulls with Attitudes now 9-3 over Hooters. So this is a big third game coming up. Bulls with Attitudes at 256, Hooters 252. So it's going to be real close there. Yeah, I can't believe that ball went under the sweep. That's the weirdest thing. Normally when that sweeps down and that ball's coming at it, that ball hits it and it comes back here. It's in one of the gutters. Somehow it got through. I'd like to have a slow motion of that. We'll come back to 11 and 12 shortly. I just want to check things out here and see what we got. There's the house getting ready. So we're in game 3 now. Again, we want to thank all of you for joining us tonight and all year. And it's not over. Next week, a big Tuesday, a big Wednesday. Mary Burner with big action coming up on the 8th and 9th of May. It'll be the first time I've missed weekend tournaments here this coming weekend and the weekend that I'm leaving in 2 years, other than the COVID break. I went 94 weeks where I either work a Saturday, a Sunday, or both. So for me personally, it's bittersweet. I want the rest. I need a break, but I know I'll miss it. A lot of friends bowled, a lot of wonderful people. It's bittersweet. You know, you want your freedom, you want to be able to get out on the road and enjoy the country. And hopefully that break will be enough to satisfy my needs. Just have to wait and see. Can't wait to see my son Michael. 18 months since I've seen my grandchildren and my son. That's the longest I've ever been away from my son Michael in our lives. And I hope that never happens again. Just everything got so screwed up. No Thanksgiving, no Christmas, nothing. It's terrible. Hey, the computer system really ran smoothly last 2.5 months. We had that problem in February, and that ended. We found out what the problem was. It's never went down since. Of course, now that I've said that, we'll probably lose game 3 here, but unbelievable transmission, We had that little streak for about a month where the thing was shutting down on us, and it was actually the feed coming into the building. And Comcast came in and fixed it, and we've been good ever since. All right, Stanley, best of luck to you, my friend. Hope you stay healthy, Stanley, and get your life rolling again like the rest of us now that you've had your vaccinations. Hope you're feeling better. Vaccinations are so critical. I think Stouffer's 247 on Tuesday nights was really fun to watch. Again, one of the highest averages in our association. Of course, Allshire averaged 254 about 5 years ago up in Treasure Lanes. But for this house here, with transition and carry not as good as some houses, 247 is a monster average. That might be the highest average in this house ever. I don't believe anybody's ever averaged that before here in the 30-year history of this facility. Average 741 a night for 36 weeks. Unbelievable. That's a lot of sticks. Steve Reset giving me the thumbs up. Thank you, Steve. I'd rather get the thumbs up than the thumbs down. And look at this. Pheasant tracks on lane 10. Come on, Evan. Yes. There's pheasant tracks. Now, keep in mind, to the best of my knowledge, I've only seen one team in 2 years where 4 bowlers started with 4 in a row. I've only seen it once, which you would think might be a little more prevalent, but this house is not as easy as people might think. Only seen one team do it where they all had 4 in a row. 16 straight and missed the 17th or 18th, but I know they didn't get all 4 with 5 in a row. That I know. They did not do that. Only for lefties? I don't know about that, Leon. There ain't enough lefties in the house to strike like that. Take Martinez and Rizzo. Maybe Ryan Schneider, and that's about it on the left side. Jamie Kreutz. They're all on different teams. Not like the team I had when I was a kid. What a left-handed team I was on. Oh my God. Oh, Ricky when he bowled, but he's pretty much done. His knee is not good, and I think the Bulldog might not bowl again for a while. We'll watch this shot by Altman. If he strikes, we'll stay with him. If not, I'll look at that. A high 4-6 for Becerra. Giving it in front of the ball return. See, he can laugh because the team's locked in at first. It doesn't make any difference. In the 12-team roll-off, they cannot win the second 18-week segment. Let's watch Altman here now for the 11th in a row. And there's 11. Now Baranecki, the intercollegiate champion from Weber. I believe we have a couple new sponsors, Leon. I can't tell you who they are, but I have heard through the grapevine. There it is. There's 12-bagger. I've heard through the grapevine that there could very well be some new sponsorship. And I hope it's true. There's a company interested that has contacted us, and not me, but Robert, and we're hoping. When am I going north? Well, if everything goes right, sometime at the end of next week, but there might be an issue or two that if this one thing can't get fixed, believe it or not, I don't know if I'm going to go north. I know that sounds crazy, but we all seem to think it's a $400 part, and I ordered it, and I have it, so it just has to be installed. But I can tell you this, if that doesn't work, I'm going to be sick. I mean, I'm going to have nightmares. That's how critical this part is. It's got to work. If it doesn't, I don't know that I can go north without fixing what's wrong, and that might be a lot more money than the $400 part. So I'm praying that the part is the answer, and I'll know Saturday. If it isn't, I'm going to have nightmares. Now, Cooper Gates, you know I was friends with Andy Verapapa, and I loved him dearly. So every time I see Andy's name, I love seeing his name. It was so important to me in my life. I've often told people that to be friends with the first touring pro is an honor of a lifetime, and good friends, I might add. And I don't know if you can see this picture, but I'm gonna pray I can get it to work. Let's see if I can. Usually it doesn't come through the phone too good. Let's see. No, I can't get it to show. Darn it. Let's see. That's me, Johnny Petraglia, George Pappas, and hold on a minute. Me, Petraglia, Pappas, and McGrath with Andy Verapapa. Let me see if I can make this work. Taken in 1970 at the PBA National Championship. And there it is. Look at me there next to Pappas with them big ears. There's Petraglia. And there's Verapapa. That's the televised 5 finalists of the 70 National Championship out at Garden City Bowl in New York. And I wish I could get it to look better than that. Darn it. It was coming in pretty good for a minute there. Let's see if we can get over here where there it is. See it? Look at that. Me, Petraglia, McGrath, Davis, and George Pappas with Verapapa. Taken December of 1970. And thrilling to have known him. Had breakfast with him many years. Talked about his life. Talked about his videos in Hollywood. His money matches. Yeah, I want to do that, Cooper, but I can't do it. Sorry about that. My computer skills are like my bowling skills. I keep thinking I'm shooting the bucket. Interestingly about Verapapa, a lot of people don't know this. Here's a man who was a charter member of the PBA. When he passed on in '83, he was worth about $5 million. Now you got to understand, that all came from the world of bowling. So when they say Earl Anthony was the first millionaire, which he did in 1981, Verapapa had made 5 times that. And you might say, well, how's that possible? He had rights to all those videos that came out in the 30s, and he had a great business manager in New York that had him getting paid a lot of ways. Madison Square Garden paid him. He made a lot of money in his life. $5 million in net worth, and was never a PBA star. Before the PBA made that money. That's scary. He was very wealthy when he passed away. From rights of his videos and movie rights. He was the most beautiful man. Boy, did I love him. I still dream of him in my life. Let's check out those guys down the low end here and see what they got. Dave Davis is doing good, Leon. Dave Davis is up and about, walking, has great color, has recuperated very well after his heart surgery, and is doing good. A lot better than he was when I saw him in March. Boy, I was scared to death. Oh, unbelievable. A lot of fight in that guy. He ain't ready yet. He's not ready to pack it in, believe me. He's his determination is great. Yeah, Yui's a lot of fighting, Yui, Joe Panko. A lot of fighting, brother Yui. Been fun watching Ice Martinez the last 2 years. He's exciting. Unique style. Ball never gets by the left leg. And he is a fine, fine gentleman. Been fun watching him bowl. going to go down and check out the Hooters Bowlers with Attitudes and give you guys a report on that. I'm going to put the split screen up for now. Bowlers with Attitudes definitely have a chance to win. They're about 70 pins ahead in this game. Danny Wilson on the first 7. So they do have a chance to take this segment. If they win this last game, it's a lock, but it's close. It can swing either way, about 60 pins with 3 frames to go. So we'll be keeping our eye on that for all of you. Yeah, the Martin B-Rob. I was on the phone with B-Rob Cooper Gates. B-Rob bowled very well in the Masters, U.S. Open. Very happy for him. Did not bowl well in the major events here in Florida. Went home, went to Kegel, and went out there to the Masters and Open and bowled very well. B-Rob has got this unbelievable demeanor to handle adversity in such a gentlemanlike fashion that I believe that's why people are so drawn to him. You know, he can get beat up out there, but you don't see it, you know, off the lanes. His composure to accept defeat is a great asset simply because you really believe he can win because of that. I believe that's his greatest attribute, is his patience is such that, where is Ryan Boland? I'm looking, Renee. So you got a string going? See if we can find him. Where is Ryan Waddell? He had 248, Renee, this last game on 19 and 20, right there. We missed him, but he bowled good. I believe Bowlers with Attitudes is going to take this second segment. Right now, they seem to be in the hunt to win it. But Hooters, I believe, had to have a good night to get in the top 12, and they could be in trouble. If they only win 5 or 6 points, they're going to fall out of the 12-team roll-up. Danny Wilson does have 9 in a row down there on 5 and 6. He just struck. So it's like Bowlers with Attitudes with a big win tonight will win the second 18-week segment and qualify second behind RG Strikeline in the roll-off. And that is a big night for them. Really big night. Unofficially, that's the way it looks right now. Good shot for Hyro on a fill ball. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we're winding down the last frames here of the Oaks Farms regular season, coming to an end. A league that started in August, finished in late April, but ended in August. A lot of Wednesdays, boy. Again, we do expect the added prize money next year to be very high with this league. There's no reason for us not to believe it. Again, I can't speak for the sponsor, but I can tell all of you that Robert Eddy will be very aggressive with this league. We do expect 36 teams, added money, and another great year Danny Wilson did not strike for the I believe he did strike. Let me go down and take a look. We're going to watch here. Let's watch the pins to the left. I think he's got the first 9. We'll see his ball go down there to the left. He's with the Bows with Attitudes team, and they are putting a hurting on Hooters. They could be knocking them out of the top 12. Hooters in 11th. And watch this ball now. Watch Joe Wilson's ball in lane 5. Oh, he's 6-8'd. So that ends his string. We'll watch 37 and 8 shortly. Watch Phil right here now after Brian Copeland. Thank you, Renee Waddell. You have a good evening, my dear. Keep in mind, we will be on the air Tuesday night and Wednesday, all of you. Nothing this weekend. Good shot for Phil. That's 9. All right, David. What's going on, David? Oh, what do you got there? Oh, you got candy. Oh, I got a sweet tooth.
See?
Oh, I got a sweet tooth. You can never do that with me. This is good. Thank you, sir.
See you next week.
All right, I'm going to call you tomorrow.
Okay, call me.
I might work. I might do something Friday.
That's fine.
I'll call
Be
you.
at work, yeah.
I'll call you. I'm going to check the Bowlers with Attitudes Hooters scores. I'll be right back. Bowlers with Attitudes is the winner of the second 18-week segment. And they bowled great to go around Hooters, and they're also second behind RG Strike Line. So a monster night for them to win the second segment. And first place per bowler there is $700 a bowler, $2,800 to the winning team. So they got $700 a bowler, and they're locked into second. And if they lost in the step ladder and went to third, they got $2,000, which is another $500 a bowler. So they're already up to $1,250 a bowler. They're up to $5,000 in prize money going into next week. That's the worst they can make. Is $5,000 in prize money for Bowlers with Attitudes. That's a lot of money for a handicap league. That's big money. And if they win 2 games, they could next week get about $1,750 a man. If they win 2 games next week. So they're in great position to win the league. About a $7,000 win for them if they win 2 games next week. The second segment here and winning the overall league championship. Pete Weber is the top seed at the Villages? Wow. Had no idea. This is not a scratch league, Joe. If it was, I missed something the last 2 years. If this is a scratch league, I have been reporting the wrong league for about 73 weeks now. Wow, look at that top 5 at the Villages. Weber, Borsch, Keene, Walter Ray, and Haugen. Wow. That's amazing. How do you think Chris Keene feels making a top 5 with Weber and Walter Ray and Haugen? Wow. Chris Keene has got to be in orbit. Congratulations to him. All his fans in Southwest Florida, Chris Keene, doing something, quite frankly, that most of us dream of. To make a top 5 with Pete Weber and Walter Ray Williams Jr. is a dream of a lifetime for a bowler. And of course, if he wins, it's conceivable he'd have to beat Walter Ray, Borsch, and then Weber to win, or Haugen, Borsch, and Weber to win. And if he were to pull that off, that's legendary stuff right there. That's something that people don't forget. So we'll be hoping for him. about one more 300 in the league, huh? What a way this would be to end the night and the year for Phil if he could catch a triple here in the 10th. No, a little quick. Missed it. Oh, they still have 16 match play games to go? Oh, well, I didn't know that, Mike. I thought that was officially the top 5. 16 to go, anything can happen. Pete Weber can end up 10th. I doubt it, but I've seen it. Oh, Litchy kisses all over tonight, folks. Every single string was ended by a Litchy kiss. What a way to end the year. Living proof that I actually can do this every time I live stream. The Litchy kiss at its finest, ladies and gentlemen, in week 36. Tens of thousands of dollars at stake. And the kiss is as sharp as a tack. Yes. Good night, Leon Bailey. Thank you for always being on with us, Leon. Hope you stay safe and your life is good.
There he is, right here.
All right, Danny. Yo, Jay Bird. Take care, brother. Take care. Yeah, for the summer, I could very well be back, but I'm taking some time off. Robert and I have discussed it, and I need a break. I just went 94 of 102, and the only 8 weeks off was the COVID break. Never had a vacation, nothing. I'm tired, and I'm old, or I'm old and I'm tired. Either way, it's the same thing. Yeah, good to see you. All right, brother.
What are you doing? Is he still below?
A little, not like he used to. He still bowls. He's still active.
I remember bowling against him on the team challenge.
Oh yeah, he bowled great in those. Where did you bowl out of?
Wisconsin.
Oh, you bowled out of Wisconsin. Okay. Yeah, what a crew up there. What a state for bowlers. Unbelievable bowlers. Oh, horses, Gus and Gary and Rickles and McDowell and Shady. Wow. Lenny Borsch. Wow, every one of them got 4 or 5 eagles. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Know them all well, too.
You don't think the lanes were done for us?
No. There's it's here. The confidence is, and the knowledge, and the confidence is superior, and it has been that way for 50 years. It's not a fluke.
Wonders.
Oh, Rich Wonders. Rich Wonders was so underrated. What a bowler he was. Well, Wayne Zahn came out of Milwaukee. So did, Dick Ricker was out of Hartford. Al Savis, those are the guys I knew. And they were great. Ricker and Zahn were very good friends of mine, Wisconsiners. Savis was out of there. I think Earl Johnson originally came from there. It might have been Minneapolis. Knew the Pinkella brothers. They were tough. Oh, yeah, they could play. Pinkies. Like Gus Janaris and I were good friends. I like Gus. Gus and I were close. Gus and I were very close. I had a very good relationship with Gus. Hell of a player there. Boy, the names just go on and on. It's crazy. Oh, really? Yeah, it's amazing that group out of there, all of them clicked during this 25-year period. Unbelievable. I mean, if it wasn't one, it was one of them. It didn't make much difference. Somebody always won out of Wisconsin. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's why they always said, you guys are...
No. They can say what they want. You still got to throw the ball. I mean, they don't fall by themselves.
Sosha's another one. He just don't bowl that much.
Who's that? Oh, he was good too. I knew him. I knew Gary well. When Gary toured the country, Daraszewski toured for a while. Gus, Shady. Shady was underrated.
He moved back to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he's in Erie. He married Machuga's sister. Married one of the Machuga twins. Yeah. I go back, my first tournament, other than 69 ABC, 70 I bowled Bolero. I bowled Bolero 71, 2, 3, and 4. Then I worked the years there on the south side at Celebrity. I was at every one of those tournaments there. I had a blast there. I love Milwaukee. Loved it. I used to eat at the Hotel Pfister downtown. I used to go to the Pfister and eat. What a place that was to eat. Classy joint. I miss it. It was a great bowling town. There you go. Oh my God, you're bringing in all these ringers, Adam. You're bringing in Wisconsin ringers, man.
He can live in my backyard if he wants.
I'll bet he might, especially in the winters. You're gonna leave Milwaukee.
They weren't as bad the last couple of years.
No, it hadn't been bad. It's crazy. It hadn't been
Still
bad.
not good.
Just talking with one of just talking to one of the gentlemen from Milwaukee, spending the winter here, and talking about the great bowlers out of Milwaukee. What a unbelievable record with Shady, the whole state. Shady, McDowell, Gary Daraszewski, Gus Janaris, Rickles, just an unbelievable amount of greatness. A lot of Eagles, Wisconsin's got to have more Eagles than any state, no doubt in my mind. Just Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer. Bob Lockhart here.
Rickles got what, 6 or 5?
Rickles got more Eagles than I have hair.
I know. I know he's a friend. He owes me a beer still.
He owes you a beer.
Have you ever seen online where he shows his beer?
No.
The beer mug says Greg's Brewery.
No.
I got him those.
Oh, you did?
So for that, he owes me a beer.
Yeah, Rickles is great.
So we'll be here next week.
Yeah.
We made the rollout.
Oh, you made the roll off. Good for
Well, we
you.
were at 8, and we got 16 tonight.
So you're in.
So we're in. The first game was terrible.
as you see, the house is slowing down a little. Some teams battling for those 12 spots. Obviously, we will update all of you next Wednesday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tuesday night as well. Bowlers with Attitudes winning the second 18-week segment. There it is. Running away, actually, having a great night. And they probably knocked Hooters out of the top 12, which I hate to say. But I don't see them making it if they took 4 or 5 points. I'm sure that Eggland's or Lightning Strikes or Diamond Security had to go around them. That'll be a tough night for the Hooters team. We will have standings for you next Wednesday on exactly what's going on here. And it looks like we're going to call it a night. We're going to wait for this last pair to finish here on 11 and 12. They are the last pair to finish for the league. We will call it a night with all of you and be back Tuesday for Eddy and Wednesday Oaks Farms. Chris Robeson, have a good evening. Joe Panko. Cooper, thank you so much. Mike Clemmer, all of you for being aboard with us tonight. Butch Smith. Got quite a list as usual. Lots of friends. Lisa Michelle, Leon Bailey, Renee Waddell, our little group. Lots of people, lots of very loyal viewers. And they're finishing up on 11 and 12. And that will be it. Week 36, now in the history books. A week from tonight, 12 teams in the roll-off. Thank you, Don Cornett. We'll be okay with the repairs. I think we'll be all right. We've got some good advice, myself and Joe Smith, so we're ready to tackle that Saturday morning. And tomorrow I'm going to go over to Eddy and pick up an Eddy tomorrow afternoon. And Friday I'm going to go to Brooksville and visit a friend of mine on the north side of Tampa, take a little break, and then get back here Friday night, work on the RV Saturday and Sunday, and cross my fingers and hope that we've got it correct. But that's it. Finishing up week 36. Been unbelievable. Hard to believe it ended. But it finally did. For the summer, I might add. For all but 12 teams. A lot of these people, I'm sure, want to take a rest. Started bowling in middle of June, 1 week off, and here we are almost in May. 1 week off since last June for this league. I'm sure a lot of them are going to feel quite different 2 weeks from tonight, knowing that there's no Wednesdays. And as we finish up again, for me personally, it's been great. Hopefully I'll be back. I keep telling people that. I don't know. It's in the cards for me to come back. If the health stays good, we'll give it another couple of years. We'll see. And the place is emptying out. My God, there's not a lot of people left. Normally there would have been action here, but that ended a few weeks ago. I guess everybody's pretty tired. As you can see, getting kind of quiet in here now. And the bowlers throwing their last frames of this season. Let's see, that's yes. Let's see if the Wings team, let me see if that team has a chance to make it. No, they don't. The team on 12 does not have a chance to make the top 12. So they're not in. Charles Irrigation's not in. So these two teams will not make the 12-team roll-off. So it's just a formality now for them. Might be a little money at stake in the second 18-week contest. House bowl good tonight, Lisa, but it looks like everybody's just unwinding. You can see the house over there with his friends, just unwinding a little and realizing the league has finally ended. Like I say, 48 of 49 of the last Wednesdays. Wow, an enormous amount of bowling. And that's it. Hard to believe, the end of year 2, Oaks Farms coming up with in 2 years $33,500 in added money for this league. $33,500 from its inception 2 years ago. Again, we want to thank everyone at Oaks Farms for what you've done for bowling in Southwest Florida. Amazing prize funds. Obviously, bowlers bowling for more money in league than they ever have in this league. An $86,000 prize fund. That's unheard of in today's day and age. 144 bowlers, $86,000. And we're very fortunate to have an owner like this, and our sponsors, many that I announced during the show. Again, Paramount Residential Mortgage Group, Paradise Vintage Market, Audi Fort Myers, Oaks Farms, Royal Palm Realty, iRoof, just an enormous amount, and naturally Audi, enormous amount of added money in all our weekend tournaments here and leagues. Just wonderful to see. Very grateful to all. And that's about it. Looks like we're going to close it down and call it a night. Again, I want to thank all of you for being with us. We'll see you next Tuesday. We'll be on the air at 6:30 for the Audi League. We wish you a very safe and healthy week. We'll see you next Tuesday at 6:30. And as usual, I want to wish all of you a lot of good luck